You know, one thing I've learned after dealing with power outages is that a regular flashlight isn't always enough. Sometimes you need something that lights up an entire room, not just wherever you're pointing it. That's why I picked up this Izorcus 2-pack of rechargeable camping lanterns. And honestly, they've become one of those things I like having around, even when I'm not camping. I originally bought them thinking they'd mainly be for emergencies, but I've ended up using them for everything from working in the garage to lighting up the backyard at night. The first thing that surprised me was the brightness. They're compact, so I wasn't expecting much, but once you pull the lantern open, it spreads light in every direction. It lights up a tent really well, and during a power outage, it gave me enough light to move around comfortably without feeling like I was stuck in the dark. One thing I wondered before buying them was how long they'd actually last. In my experience, battery life depends on how bright you run them. If I keep them on maximum brightness, they drain faster, which is pretty much what I'd expect with any rechargeable light. If I don't need maximum brightness, I partially extend the lantern, and that helps it last noticeably longer. Something I really appreciate is that if the rechargeable battery ever runs low, I can still use regular AA batteries as a backup. That gives me a little more peace of mind because during a long outage, I don't have to rely on just one power source. I also wasn't sure if the magnetic base would actually be useful. Turns out, I've used it more than I expected. When I'm working on the car, I can stick it underneath the hood. When I'm organizing tools in the garage, it stays attached to a metal shelf and keeps both of my hands free. It's one of those small features you don't think much about until you actually have it. Another thing people ask is whether these are good for storms or hurricanes. From what I've seen, they're designed to handle rain and normal outdoor conditions, but I still treat them like water-resistant gear instead of waterproof gear. If it's pouring outside, I make sure the charging port stays protected. I also like having the different lighting modes. Most of the time I'm just using the regular lantern mode, but it's nice knowing there's also a flashlight mode and red emergency flashing modes if you ever need them. One thing worth mentioning is durability. They feel solid for everyday camping and emergency use, but I also don't think they're the kind of lantern you want to throw around carelessly. They're made from ABS plastic, so I just use common sense with them. Before buying these, I also wondered if they could be recharged with a portable power station or solar charger. The answer is yes. As long as your solar setup provides USB power, they'll recharge that way, which makes them a practical option if you're preparing for longer outages. Some customers have also shared positive experiences using solar chargers during extended outages. If I had to sum these up, I think the biggest strengths are the brightness, the fact that you get 2 lanterns, the rechargeable battery with AA backup, and that magnetic base. Those are the features I found most useful. Are they perfect? No. They're water resistant instead of fully waterproof, and like most plastic lanterns, I'd avoid dropping them on concrete if I can help it. But for camping, road trips, keeping one in the car, or having reliable lighting ready for storms and unexpected power outages, I think they offer a lot of value for the price. If you're looking for an affordable emergency lantern that gives you multiple ways to power it and doesn't take up much storage space, I can definitely see why these have become a popular choice.